Okay, I'm here with Dennis Lyons of Impatient Creations. Now, what appears to be a very unrestored, beautiful, original condition 1930 Ford. And Dennis, would you mind standing over there by the radiator so we get your lovely face into the car? So, Dennis, the thing that's really intriguing me about this 1930 Ford is it's an electric car.
Yeah. We had, it's in a series of events, but the bottom line is that he wanted to be able to jump in it at any given time, turn the key to the right, and drive off and go around his little, he lives in a small town in Alabama, and he likes to go down to the shop, the grocery store, and see friends, and he wants it to be available at any time.
And if it's charged, it is ready to go.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Not hot, not cold. Now, there's no air conditioning and no heat.
I'm going to swing around and we're going to look at this electric motor.
All right.
So there we have an electric motor in a 1930 Ford, and you told us why the guy wanted to do that. Now, let me ask you, I know very little about electric cars and electric motors. I know they're extremely fast. Now, does this car have rapid acceleration like a Tesla does?
Well, first the thing we've got to do is we've got original wheels.
Yes.
Original tires, because that was part of the
Looks original.
requirement.
Put it in a parade. There's a 1930
Yeah,
Ford. Yeah,
that's right. And so what we had some limitations. So could it? Yes, I can put this thing in low gear, and it won't leave black marks, but it will
much faster than the original.
It'll get from 0 to 30 in pretty quick.
Okay.
So but you don't. That's not what this car is for.
Okay.
So
if I'm a viewer, I'm saying, is this from a Tesla, or where does this motor come from? How does this work?
well, this has not near the torque and if you would call it horsepower that a Tesla has.
All right.
They've got, and a Tesla motor doesn't compare to what they put in a tractor trailer.
Okay, sure.
So, this is designed for low use. We believe it's going to have a 50 to 70 mile range.
Charging port is where, Dennis?
The charging port is on the other side of the hood.
All right.
It's got a
Lift
panel.
up the other side and you'd see that.
Yeah, right. We'll go over there and see that.
Okay.
In a minute.
What about this used to be the fuel tank back in the day, right?
That's correct. This is where you put the fuel in,
Yeah.
right there, and it gravity fed to the carburetor.
Uh-huh.
And the carburetor was on that side and all. Today, we have taken that fuel tank and it has become a water reservoir, because we have a pump that cools that goes through the controller as well as the motor, and what it does is circulate, and the fan blows through it and all of that, and so it cools, keeps the controls and the motor cool. And it, like I said, it's not a huge horsepower, and it just does a great job. And we kept the original manual transmission on it, so we start. It does not have a clutch. You cannot shift it. So if I'm out running around the neighborhood, I've got it in second gear, and I start off in second. I run up to 45 or 50 mile an hour, and I let off the gas, and it slows down. It regenerates, and then we did upgrade the brakes to hydraulic. So you have a hydraulic braking system on it. So in the event that you need a little additional braking, then you've got a brake and it'll work. Now some of the things that we're doing when you start into regen, we're going to have the brake light come on, because sometimes you can get into regen and it'll slow down enough that you can stop at a traffic light, and you need to give them, people behind us a warning. So, it's encouraged to hit the brakes anyway. You may not.
Even though it's stopping, hit the brakes anyway. Oh,
that's right.
Well, let's go over on the other side, see that charging station.
All right.
Okay, we've moved to the other side of the car, and here is the charging port, and you say, just like a drill, you could plug this in and charge it, or your air pump for the, these
Well,
things?
not an air pump, but
okay.
but you got to have electricity, and if you've got one with a 20 amp circuit, then you can plug that device in there. It looks just like the one that goes in the Tesla. They're all similar,
Okay.
and so that's how it. And then it closes up, and we put the water in up here. But this is a port for, changing, circulating the water.
Well,
When this is charging, that little instrument there lights up and ticks and that
okay.
sort of thing.
All right. So the guy right now is happy that you've done all this. It's all
Yeah, well, he hasn't driven this one yet. I'm still
Okay.
testing.
Okay. Well, so this is the second one you've done for this one owner.
That's correct. Yeah, he loved the first one. He says, "Yeah, and this is." Now, it wasn't all perfect. We had to go and check a few things, and we had to make sure that there's two batteries. There's the main battery, and then there's a battery that's just a small 12-volt battery that does all the controls. And if that isn't got a charge on it, nothing else happens.
Okay.
So you've got to charge them both, and so you got to plug these two anyway. So it's just a learning cycle, just like you remember putting gas in the car.
All right. Dennis, if there's a viewer that says, oh, I've got an old car, I'd like them to do that too, you could take them in and do this work now? Or would you say, come back in 4 months, or what's the schedule?
Oh yeah, we are so full on big projects that big projects. I'm probably a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could get it in line and
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
We could start the discussion, and they could start gathering their pennies.
Because they're going to need them. This is not an inexpensive project, I would
No,
imagine.
it is not.
Okay.
No, it
You
is
were
not.
talking about other projects. Could we go over to the Bronco and take a look
Sure,
at that?
yeah.
We'll do that next.